Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're reacting to Ivory Coast versus Ecuador, FIFA World Cup 2026 Group E. Costa de Marfil contra Ecuador, la Copa Mundial de FIFA. Grupo E. Canada, Ecuador Sports Canada, go Ryan. Thank you, Emerson. Gracias, gracias. Gracias, gracias. We got Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. Of course, we also have Sweden versus Tunisia later tonight. We'll be live for both of these, and that's where we finish. The one RSR we have is the Japan game, which we finally got that up. It's been up 5-1 already. Damn. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. With that being said, here we are. And the Toronto Marlies have... Oh, you got to be kidding me. The Chicago Wolves scored at the bitter end of the third period with the extra man. And the Wolves have taken it to overtime in the Calder Cup. You gotta be kidding me. Bro. Damn, man. Damn. Teams are walking out. Here we go. Starting 11s are as follows for the Ivory Coast. Yahya Fofana in goal. The back four, Guela Doué, Wilfred Singo, Emmanuel Agadu, Jelaine Kanan. Center defensive mids is Seko Fofana, Frank Kessier, Yan Diamande, Bazumana Torre, Pepe, and Elie Wahi for Ivory Coast. One for Ecuador. Hernan Galindez in goal. The back four or back three, Piero Hincapie, William Pacho, Joel Ordonez. Left mid, Pedro Vite on the Vancouver Whitecaps. No, Pumas now, but used to be a Vancouver Whitecap. Moises Caicedo, Alan Franco, Alan Minda, John Yaboa, Ener Valencia, and Gonzalo Plata for Ecuador. Teams are circling around, and here we go. Match 3 of the day, stream 4, and we got match 5 later. My prediction score for Ivory Coast versus Ecuador, 1-2. 1-2. I think that's about right. Yeah, I would say so. I would say that's about right, yeah. So the Toronto Marlies are going to overtime against the Chicago Wolves. I mean, the Marlies stole one in Chicago. It would have been awesome if they would have got 2, but they couldn't hold on for 20 seconds. 4-4, we're going to overtime in the Calder Cup, by the way, so we'll keep an eye on that. Damn. All they had to do was hold on for 17 more seconds. That's all the Marlies had to do, and they would have had both games in Chicago. Damn, it just keeps being punch back, man. I see what they're saying there. The Ivory Coast anthem has been played. Now they will play the Ecuadorian anthem. So, Ecuador wearing their white jerseys. Ivory Coast wearing orange. We'll keep an eye on the Marlies game. All right. Enter Valencia is still around. I mean, this dude is 36, still at World Cups. Bro, I respect it, though. Ecuador, of course, won their last opener 4 years ago against Qatar. We were live for that game, by the way. Just to point that out. Probably wait that one out. The Netherlands-Japan second half was awesome. I agree. I think Japan could have had better. I think here's the thing about Japan, and I said this in the review, and I've said it during the stream. I think Japan, if they would have just played more attacking football and pushed further, I think they easily could have gotten some more out of that game. I think they were a little bit hard. Well, they kind of hard done themselves. I won't even lie. They kind of hard did themselves. Either way. Marlies are going to overtime. Here we go. That was an amazing second half, though. Let's also remember I put up an F1 video, so maybe at the half go watch that. Do give Ivory Coast a chance to win here. Letexier, the center ref tonight. I would say they have a chance. I still think Ecuador is the better team. Jared Gillett, the England referee, is the VAR referee. Isn't he Australian now reffing in England? Okay. So he just represents England now. Starting 11, Yahya Fofana, Julain Konan, Emmanuel Agbadou, Wilfred Singo, Gualadue, Yan Diamande, Seko Fofana, Frank Kessier, Pepe, Bazumana Torre, Elie Wahi for Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. This feels right to me. How so? Ecuador, Hernan Galindez, Piero Hincapié, William Pacho, Joel Ordonez, Pedro Vite, Moises Caicedo, Alan Franco, Alan Minda, John Yaboa, Ener Valencia, and Gonzalo Plata for Ecuador. Ener Valencia is still around. If it works for him, though, Kendrick Baez, former still Chelsea, I'm not even sure. 1-2, 1-0, 1-2, 1-1 type of game. Or 1-0, 2-1, 1-1 type of game. Yeah, I agree with that. I think 2-1 Ecuador. They're playing at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Hopefully they could get this game in before the severe weather. It looks by the radar they will. But from what I can tell, looking at the future radar and looking at the percentage of rain, I think they'll be able to get this game in, but we'll find out. This could be the first game affected by severe weather delays or thunderstorm delays, either or. So, could be, just to be clear. None much, just waiting. Does Valencia score? Yeah. It is football heritage. Valencia scores. I'll call it. Marlies are going to overtime against the Chicago Wolves in game 2. Man, if they could steal both. Rockies won. Well, good for them. Aren't the Rockies actually pretty solid this year? I know they started off that way. Rockies won 23-9. Holy shit. Wolff. And we're off. Wolff. Can we... Whatever the hell you're taking, can the Jays have it? Playing forward. And that'll be a goal kick for Ivory Coast. And it's over the top. Rockies got bought by the Broncos, only half, but still the owners. Oh, Montfort sold half of the Rockies. Is it like, does the Broncos have 51%? Because that might, that might help things. The Broncos owners are good owners. What can I say? Just even though you lost the AFC Championship, I mean, it's really because your main quarterback broke his ankle. And the Patriots got lucky that Jarrett Stidham couldn't do a damn thing, which we knew that because he's fucking garbage. Patriots fans knew Stidham was garbage. Broncos fans were coping like hell, and we probably got lucky. And then the Super Bowl pretty much showed exactly what happened there. Yeah. Y'all probably would have got work too had you won. But either way, shot wide. I think, honestly, I bet Broncos fans are probably the most happy, besides the Seahawks, that the Patriots got bodied in the Super Bowl. I got to say, that's probably the case, right? Because if the Patriots won, the Broncos would have been seething like a mug. Broncos fans would have been seething. I mean, they don't like us anyway, but if we got lucky because Stidham came in instead of Bo Nix being in there, and then we won the Super Bowl, man, I could only imagine the salt coming from Broncos fans. I don't even know if Seahawks fans would be as mad as Broncos fans would have been. So maybe it's like, damn, as long as our quarterback didn't get hurt, we probably would have been the ones winning the Super Bowl had it went the other way. I mean, he was in the AFC Championship game. Yeah, he's a top 10 quarterback. I'd be dumb not to say he is. He made the AFC title game. You don't do that. Well, okay, Blake Bortles was never a top 10 quarterback, but I think we kind of knew that was luck. I think Bo Nix is actually going to be as good as he was. I mean, he was very good last year. He was good the year they made the AFC title game. And he's going to be good as time goes on. Like, he should only get better. He's a top 10 quarterback. I think guys like, what was it, Sam Bradford that one time when the Vikings made the NFC title game? Was it Sam Bradford at the time? Or was it Cousins? No. Or was it Kirk Cousins at the time? Either way. No, it was Sam Bradford. It was Sam Bradford. I could have sworn he played that NFC title game against the Eagles. If Bo Nix is healthy, he's top 10. I'd say top 7, top 6, somewhere in there. Bo Nix is a top 10 quarterback when healthy. Probably top 7, top 5, somewhere in there. If you make that if you make the conference title game, to me, he did all the work. Let's be real. Hell, he played through the divisional game on an injured ankle, so yeah. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is still top 10. Duh. Matthew Stafford is still top 10. Duh. Sam Darnold, I'm not sure. I still don't think Sam Darnold's a top 10 quarterback. He just has a really good team around him. There's a difference. He's done it for 2 years, but I think he just has a really good team around him defensively and offensively. See how he does without Walker since he went to the Chiefs. I know it's been 2 years. I'm not sold. He kind of gamed his way into 2 one-season wonder seasons, if you think about it, considering he was amazing in Minnesota, and then he went to Seattle and was amazing in Seattle. He kind of, I don't know if I could believe in Sam Darnold. I'm not so sure about that. But he got a Super Bowl, so who gives a shit? He probably doesn't care if he is a top 10 quarterback or not. He has the Super Bowl. So good for him, but I don't know. Jalen Hurts top 10? No. Yeah, but is he really a top 10 quarterback, though? I'm not saying he's as bad as he was with the Jets, but is he really a top 10 quarterback, though? That Seahawks team is loaded, man. What about that Vikings team? The offense is amazing. And their defense was pretty good that year, too. And, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. Let's not act like the Vikings were bare of anything. Let's not act like they don't have anything. So. But he won the Super Bowl, so what can I say, And he beat my team to do it, so what can I say? 0-0, 7 minutes in. Drake May's a top 10 quarterback. Bo Nix, Waddle, best duo in football. Bullshit. Drake May and A.J. Brown. Drake May and A.J. Brown's the best duo in football. No. Gridiron football, of course. Drake May and A.J. Brown. You heard it here first. You're forgetting about that. Whether it was tampered, whether it was Diana Rossini planning the story to make the Patriots easier for the Patriots to get him, I don't care. It may have been a tampering job. I don't care. We have him. A.J. Brown and Drake May. Top 2 at least. Top 2 at least. Come on. I'd say top 2. If you want to go Waddle, Bo Nix, fair, but at least A.J. Brown and Drake May's number 2. Come on. Nil. Drake May finally has a number 1 receiver, and they may still keep Stephon Diggs, and they still have Pop Douglas and Kayshon Boutte. Oh. I think we might go back to the Super Bowl. 8th minute. Are the Bills going to be as good as they normally are? No. The Patriots are going to win the AFC East. The Dolphins and Jets are rebuilding, and the Bills, I don't think they're going to be as good as you think. Just like last year, I think the Patriots are going to win the East again. Even without A.J. Brown, I thought they were. But now, especially if they keep Diggs and re-sign him late, and then have Kayshon and Pop Douglas and Drake May. I still don't think Drake May would have, but, 9th minute. We'll find out. Ivory Coast. Good defensive play by Ivory Coast. Who says the best quarterback today? Surprisingly, it's not Drake May. I still can't sleep on Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, I'm sure when the Chiefs are healthy, he's still going to... I'm not saying the Chiefs as a team are going to be as good as they were. I'm not saying they're going to come right back up to 15-1 when Mahomes comes back. But Mahomes, I feel like he's still going to have some magic to pull them to some wins they shouldn't have. More like 10-6, 11-5, somewhere 12-4. Or be 12-5, but you get my point. Somewhere around there. Wouldn't shock me if they won the AFC West again. Justin Herbert's trash. Drake May is awesome, but I don't know if he's the best. That Super Bowl says no. That playoff run says no. Let's be real. Ecuador. Shot over the bar. I mean, yeah, they picked up Kenneth Walker, but that's about it. I mean, still seems like the same wide receiver core that they've had that's just gotten a year older. Travis Kelce's staying, but he's got a year older. But Mahomes will carry them to some wins they shouldn't have. The question is do the Broncos win 14 or 15 games? If the Broncos win 14 or 15 games, they're winning the division. If they don't, they're not. Basically, to me, 13's a wash. Like, it's 50-50 there. If the Broncos win 13 games, it's 50-50 they win the West, to me. 14, 15, 16 wins, that's where you win the West. I don't think the Chiefs are going to be that good this year. Garbage from Valencia. Well, I mean, he's 36. What do you want him to do? 11th minute. But that's just my opinion. 6 World Cup goals for Enner Valencia. Didn't he have like a hat trick against freaking Qatar? I'm not getting that other book. I'm not getting up. But how many times has he put that away? When he was younger, a lot. AKA, he ain't as good as he once was, but he's good once as he ever was. Just like Lewis Hamilton, except he's got to prove it. Shout out Toby Keith. th minute. While very unlike Valencia, he looked off balance. I think the extra touch hurt him, in my opinion. I think he should have just I think he should have just shot it. I think the extra touch hurt him, in my opinion. I think he took too many touches. He took too many touches. One or too many touches. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. Huh. Only 2 likes, no dislikes. I was talking about NFL football. Okay, that's fine. Still 4-4 in overtime between the Marlies and Wolves. 16:27 left in overtime in the Calder Cup. No wonder he's in Liga MX. Well, he's playing for Pachuca, though. Playing forward. Oh, knocked down. Ivory Coast is fast. Marlies win! Toronto Marlies win! 5-4 in overtime. Shot over the bar. Logan Shaw with the OT winner. Vinny Lettieri and William Villeneuve with the assists. Marlies win. 2-0 series lead. Over the bar by Yeboah. Marlies win! 3:45 into the overtime. Marlies win. Let's go. 2-0 lead in the Calder Cup final. Let's go. Woo, baby. We stole both in Chicago. 5 games ago, we got to win 2. Valencia's 36, yeah. He's been around for ages. Yeah, 36. Let's fight my blast about age. Toronto Marlies beat the Chicago Wolves. Both games in Chicago. Games 1 and 2, Marlies win. Marlies win, baby. John Shaika, I bow down to you, John Shaika. I bow down to you. The Leafs' future is bright. Should I buy some Wendy's from DoorDash tomorrow? Fuck it. I need to eat something. Enzo Fernandez is keen to join Cucurella at Real Madrid. Okay, that brought down my mood. Nice. John Chaika, I bow down to you. Everything's gone right for the Leafs since they hired John Chaika and Matt Sundin to be in the front office. I don't care. The curse is over. The Leafs' future is bright. Plan the parade. We're winning the Stanley Cup next year. Gavin McKenna will do what 93 could never do. And he probably won't do. Win the Stanley Cup. Well, first of all, win the Stanley Cup. Second of all, win it in Toronto. This ain't the Leafs, this is the Marlies. There's a difference. West Ham days was class. Yeah, that happens to a lot of CONMEBOL and CONCACAF players, don't it? 16th minute. Leafs, Marlies win. Baby Leafs win. Why? Yeah, that's easier to say, isn't it? Baby Leafs win. Do they got anybody better? Good for you to ask. Let's see. Nilson Angulo, Kevin Rodriguez, Kendry Paez, Jordy Caicedo, Jeremy Aravallo, all attackers. Maybe, no. If Kendry Paez actually got to play more, maybe he got loaned out to River Plate until December. And then he's going to come back to Chelsea. Now the fucker's cooked. Dude went from Strasbourg, on loan to Strasbourg, then on loan to River Plate. Now this fucker's cooked. Chelsea loaned him out to River Plate. Now he's cooked. He's cooked. So no, nobody's better than, no. There's nobody better than Valencia, no. I would have said Kendry Paez, but the dude ain't even playing at Strasbourg anymore. They loaned him out to River Plate. Chelsea loaned him out to River Plate. From being in Europe. He's cooked. Shot, save. He's cooked. There's no one. He's cooked. You don't get loaned back to South America after you go to Europe unless you're cooked. Blue Co wasted another amount of money on a random ass player. Huh? What do you know? Fucking Blue Co. Bastards. And of course, because the CONMEBOL season is January, December, Chelsea gets him back in December. They ain't gonna keep him. He's cooked. I thought he actually did pretty well in Strasbourg. Damn. And then, I'm surprised Senior didn't want him. Shit. I guess that tells you something. 18th minute. Corner. Put a fork in him. He's done. Of course Blue Co wastes money on some random dude from South America, and they won't even see any return on that investment because they're fucking idiots. I hate Blue Co, man. That's got to be one of the worst ones, though. Headed away. That's got to be one of the worst. At least they loaned him to River Plate. At least they loaned him to River Plate instead of a club in Ecuador. Oh, how bad would that have been? He beat Hincapié for pace. Time for more peak. I can't stop watching. Same here. I don't feel as tired as I did during that Japan game for some reason. I was really crashing during that Japan game for some reason. Now I feel fine. I don't know what it was. Shit, did that freaking Monster Energy have my ass? Fiending or some shit? I don't know. Either way. I'm doing better now. I mean, I think y'all could kind of tell I was kind of struggling during that Japan-Netherlands game. I think y'all could tell. Either way. Ivory Coast is fast as hell, man. I love what I'm seeing here. I just realized. Liv Morgan got hard launched by the FIFA World Cup. Because there were people in the wrestling fan base who knew she had a man. Ecuador 5-4-1 block, 20 minutes in, aka watching Arsenal going after going 1-0 in Champions League. But Ecuador hadn't gone up 1-0. They should have. Damn. Oh, man, the crash out's going to be spectacular by some people who didn't even know that. Oh, man. I just realized that. Man, I didn't. Yeah, I'm chronically online. What do you know? What'd you think? Not that I'm complaining. The only reason people knew Liv had a man is her man is a narcissistic. He can't shut up about it, which, I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, if you were unfamous and you had Liv Morgan, I wouldn't shut up about it either. So, you know what? I can't even blame him. But she said nothing about him. Because, I mean, kayfabe, she's with Dom Mysterio, right? She just got hard launched by the FIFA World Cup. Shit. I just realized that. Oh, some people are going to crash out like a motherfucker. Enough about that, though. And word on the street, she might be engaged to that guy. After 3 months. Says word on the street. Says the gossip blogs. Says the gossip blogs. I know. Rip Oliver Tree. Yeah, that's sad, man. Like, I never really liked Oliver Tree's music. I thought off the crossbar. I thought he was an annoying character, but it sucks. Like a helicopter crash, and not just anyone. It was 2 helicopters crashing together. Man, 36 he was, I think. I mean, shit, man. He was in his mid-30s, right? I never liked him. I thought he was annoying. I thought his music sucked, but to see him go the way he did, that's sad, man. And the ironic thing about it is Oliver Tree, it's a hydration break, 24th minute. The way he had to die, of course, had to be zany. Because, I mean, he had a lot of skits and a lot of gags that were zany as shit to get clout. It's ironic as hell that when I read it at first, I'm like, there's no way he's dead. There's no way. There's no way he actually died. What? And then I saw the video. I'm like, oh, he actually died. Because knowing Oliver Tree, I've been like, died in a helicopter crash. I respect that he was self-built. I don't think his music was good, but I respect he was self-built. I respect that. It sucks that he's actually dead because, I mean, I don't know why you would. Well, then again, Vince McMahon used to blown up limo as a gimmick, so who knows? Either way, I ate after the F1. I ate after the F1 Grand Prix. I had chicken leftovers. I had leftovers of cream of mushroom chicken and rice. I ate after the F1 Grand Prix. And maybe I'll eat some later before I go to sleep. Or maybe I'll eat a snack at halftime. I don't know. We'll see. A zebra cake or something. I don't know. But, I mean, it's sad to see how Oliver Tree died. I mean, you're never going to get me, like, after Kobe and Oliver Tree, you're never going to get me to go on a helicopter or a small plane. You're never going to get me to do it. You're not going to get me to do it. I don't care if I need to be medevaced somewhere. You're not getting me on a freaking helicopter. That shit seems dangerous. You're not getting me on a helicopter. Fuck out of here. You're not getting me on a helicopter. Or a small plane for that matter after Roy Halladay. You can kind of rope that in there. You're going to watch the UFC event until the very last credits roll. I'm watching football. Keep a gallon or two of water, will you, bro? Why you say that? What, do you think I'm losing my voice or something? My wife's coming back from Ecuador on Tuesday. I got a lot of Ecuador gear coming. Nice. Nice. What was I going to say? Either way. I forgot what I was going to say. Either way. Hydration break. Just hydrate, man. Stay hydrated. Bring in all these games. Healthy binging all these games. Well, I'm glad you're worried about me, but I'm fine. I'm glad you're worried about me, but I'm fine. But I probably do need some throat coat. I'm not going to lie. Fuck, I should have bought some honey. Or, well, no. Could maple syrup be used to throat coat? Or I could have made some tea and put some maple syrup in there. That actually, shit, that would have been a good idea. Like single serving cold brew teas. Well, shit, that would have been about 30 minutes. Well, no, I mean, if it's either way. I could have done that. You know, I probably should have done that. Single serve cold brew teas, put some sugar in it, put some maple syrup in it. Or honey. I'm not really a honey guy, but I mean, maple syrup kind of has the same. Maple syrup kind of has the same properties as a honey. I gotta look that up. I'm not really a honey guy, but this is how you can tell I'm getting older and I'm an unk. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my voice doing all these games. Cuenca, Ecuador is the home of a Panama hat. I got a hooded llama poncho with an Ecuador flag stitched in the back coming too. Nice, nice. I definitely feel it. I'm not going to lie. Like, after all these games, I definitely feel it. I feel a little bit, yeah. 4 years ago, well, I don't know. I didn't do all the games. I did enough. But, you know, even last summer, I didn't. But I didn't do all the games. But with the Gold Cup and the Club World Cup, I did enough. I think I am getting old is the answer. I am an unk now. I am an unk status now. I'm over 25. I'm 4 years away from 30. Shit's going to be more obvious. It's crazy. Listen to Steve Dangle complaining about, not complaining, but when he does all the NHL playoff stuff, he complains about having a shot, sore, scratchy throat, you know, and him losing his voice. And he only does one game a day in podcasts. Brother, I've done the first 2 days I did 2 games a day, and I've done 4 games a day. Well, he's like, what, 30? Dangle's like 36. Shot! Goal! Oh, no! Off the crossbar! No! No. Well, at least the stadiums are full. If it feels like a Gold Cup, at least the stadiums are full. Top of the box for Ecuador. Oh, my God. That was so close. Ecuador is going to regret missing some of these, I swear. 30th minute. They actually look better. Shot wide. Feels like a Gold Cup. At least the stadiums are full. When I go to Croatia, Ireland, England, or Ecuador, I bring real maple syrup to my relatives. Oh, yeah, when you go. Okay, when you go over. Shit, you get glass containers into your luggage? Or is that a TSA problem? Then again, isn't there TSA in the Toronto airport as well? So, or is it just the Canadian version? Or wouldn't you think it's both, considering it's a big hub? I mean, it makes sense considering, you know, look at NORAD, right? NORAD's not just America, it's also Canada, North American Aerospace Defense Command, and Northcom. It's a dual NORAD's a dual venture between the USA and Canada, which I'm sure that's gotten a bit tense recently, but either way, except for maybe Christmas Eve, that ball has a magnet in it. It feels like Kyle Becker. No problems with glass containers and storage luggage. Well, okay. Or is it plastic? I don't know. I don't fly much. I haven't flown since I was 5. Goal kick for Ivory Coast. Ecuador has it. There we go. 33rd minute. Played forward. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe there's a deal. 33rd minute, 0-0. I don't believe there's a deal. I mean, who does? But hey, oil's going to drop like $3 at market open tomorrow, though. Ecuador's just cursed in front of goal man, 2 crossbars. Sounds like a team I know. It sounds like a team I know. You know what? If they're going to play like Arsenal, we need Hincapié to figure out how to score. Commit to the bit, right? Commit to the bit, right? You know what? Screw it. Yeah. Piero Hincapié. 6 attempts at goal, 0 on target. What, crossbars don't count as on target? That's a little bit harsh. Playing forward. That's a little bit harsh. I mean, it hit the freaking target. What do you mean? Easy, get a corner and send him a back post header. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. I wonder how Lee Gunner's going to react if Hincapié scores. I mean, I guess he'd be happy, but I don't know. Yes, guys. I know Lee Gunner's been streaming these games. Lee Gunner actually was talking good about Kyle Larin. I saw the clip of that, or of Larin's goal, and he was live on the Canada game, and he was talking good about Kyle Larin. He said he's always rated Kyle Larin. I'm like, okay. Brother, you don't watch him all the time. But okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, he's better for Southampton. They don't play the system Jesse Marsh does, but he got a World Cup goal, so fine. You don't watch him for Canada. But he didn't score for 2 years. He finally pulled one out of his ass when it mattered the most. Cool. I mean, Jonathan David was ass, but, you know, it's a wonder that, Promise was on when Larin got his goal. Makes sense. If it was David, that probably wouldn't have happened. But either way, you know. Respect for Lee Gunner. I respect him. I like his content. Probably my favorite Arsenal fan, or at least the one who speaks the most truth, comparatively. I sort of feel like a kindred spirit to Lee Gunner. I'm not going to lie. I feel like somebody could point at me and be like, yeah, he's the redneck Lee Gunner. That makes sense. Like, no, I could understand that. No, that wouldn't shock me. But, you know, except maybe I'm a lot more sober. Very much more sober. But other than that, it's not either way. But, yeah, no, you ain't watch Canada. No. I don't care how good he is at Southampton or Mallorca. He was talking about how good he was at Mallorca, which, I mean, he was. Larin was good at Mallorca, but no, he ain't watching for Canada until Friday. Nah. No, I'm not going to apologize to Kyle Larin. I'll be like, good goal. You got it when it mattered. I still don't trust you as far as I could throw you, but you know what? At least you scored one when it mattered. Good job. I'm still not. I don't know why all these Canada fans are apologizing to him. No. He still had a shitty 2 years. So he got a goal when it mattered. Great. Cool. Good job. You still were shit for 2 years before it. With the national team jersey on your chest. Either that's a system problem, or he just wants the best. Or he just wants the biggest moments, which, hey, you know what? Fine. I get it. But, you know, whatever. Ecuador shooters are related to Jonathan David. Oh! Erling Haaland's going to be on World Cup After Hours with James Corden. I'm not watching that. James Corden's a wanker. Who watches James Corden? I never liked James Corden. I do agree with the British on one thing. James Corden is a wanker. He is a see you next Tuesday. James Corden is an ass. Full kit wanker. Or just a wanker in general. I don't know. Both. Fuck your carpool karaoke. I don't want to see it. No, it's game 6. No, he won't. 93 will do nothing. You will do fucking nothing. He will do nothing. He will do nothing. You need to have goal scorers in all positions. That's why I like Osorio and Segura. They place their shots. That's maybe the one thing Oso still has to this day is he shoots from midfield. Like, Oso, the sad thing is he's 34, and he's kind of lost everything else. He's lost his pace. But then again, that's exactly why I say going forward, like if you put Oso in the midfield, if he plays more forward instead of a CDM role, he's honestly better because He shoots from midfield. He has the balls to do it. He may be losing everything else, but he still could shoot, though. He could still shoot, though. And, I mean, I think Oso's had a better season this year than he's had recently. I still believe that, but some people say that he doesn't. I think he's had a better season this year comparatively to maybe his last 2 years. But I'd rather him be more attacking than defensive. I think he's better that way. The more defensive he is, the more screwed we are. Because I think that's where his pace has to come in, and that's questionable. I don't know. I can't say he was ever really that good defensively, even at his peak. I think he's more of an attacking midfielder. I think part of the reason why I was so miffed with Osorio was, he had a head injury, and I think he had a long time getting over his head injury. But I think also part of it was he was misdeployed. Like, he's a midfielder, but he's not a defensive mid. He's not an 8. Or he's not a dual 8. He's more of a forward lurching 8. If he's going to be in the midfield. He's not exactly a 10, and he's not exactly a winger, but he's not a 6, and he's not a dual 8. He's more of a forward lurching 8. He kind of cheats on defense. And that's the way you should want him to be if you're going to play him. I'm not too, but then again. But if you have 2 good defensive mids, if you have a guy like Cifuentes, which he'll be gone. Now that Cifuentes is gone, I kind of say let Coelho be a single 6. Let him be a single pivot. The only way I would have Oso not starting for TFC is if we somehow got Eustachio. Like, I would rather be Coelho, Eustachio, Jordi. Or, if we could get Gio Reyna, Coelho, Eustachio, Gio Reyna. I mean, he's going to leave Europe at some point. They don't want to play him. I would love for Toronto to get Gio Reyna. I think he would be good as our number 10. I think he's better than Jordi. And I know we have Jordi, but trade him or some shit. So be it, If Osorio had that David shot or Segor did, they would have scored. I believe that. I think Juventus ruined Jonathan David. I think Juventus ruined him. Honestly, I would have been happier if Jonathan David went to Barcelona. I don't like Barcelona. I don't know if I even would have rooted for Barcelona if he was there. But what I do know is Barcelona, he wouldn't have played as much. Okay, maybe this year he would have, but I feel like Juventus ruined Jonathan David. I really believe that. Playing forward, throw in for Ivory Coast. Spain versus Cape Verde, Belgium, Egypt on Fox, and I guess the other 2 games are on Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, Iran, New Zealand on FS1, I guess. Okay. I don't remember Hincapié ever inverting for Arsenal this year. You don't invert. See, here's the problem with Arsenal. They don't invert. That's too fancy. That's too fancy for a park bus. An Arteta ball. It's too fancy. Well, at least now it is. I mean, used to, no, but Hincapié wasn't there when they used to invert. I swear, I don't understand it, man. What, they got cucked so many times, they're just going to be terrorists? What, they got cucked in second? Calafiore actually inverted? Well, I think Calafiore's better at it anyway. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Fair enough. Okay, you know what? You fooled me. I must have never saw it because, I mean, I didn't watch every Arsenal game. I must have never saw it. Or when I watched him, he was injured. I feel like Calafiore is probably the best player on that squad to invert, though. In my opinion. I know I'm biased. I know. 65th minute. I know. Ivory Coast, 46th minute. Shot blocked away. Be a corner for Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast has played well, but I think Ecuador should be winning. They just aren't because they're unlucky. There's Canada not scoring, and there's Ecuador not scoring. Canada missed. I think Ecuador is just cursed today. Did Danhausen curse these guys? Does Danhausen have something to do with this? Corner. Header. Cleared away. Does Danhausen have something to do with this shit? Over the top. Headed away. Oh, over the bar. Wait, is that? Oh, it was like Ronnie Khedira plays for Algeria. I'm like, 47th minute. Huh. Let's go Ecuador, says Soccer Guy. '48th minute. '49th minute. Ecuador is the better team, but Ivory Coast is playing well, and Ecuador's cursed. Playing forward, 49th minute. We'll be live for the Sweden-Tunisia game as well, so we have 3 more halves to call. And it's halftime, 0-0 at the half. Ecuador probably should have scored at least 2 goals, but 0-0. Will Ivory Coast make them pay for missing those chances? We will find out. Eight are watching, only 6 likes. Hit the like button. Thank you, man. We've done a little bit better throughout this stream, but it's fluctuated. With that being said, we will take a short break at halftime of the stats, get this one going. It is 0-0 at the half. With that being said, sit tight, I'll be back, and let's see how this turns out. 3 more halves of the games to go today. 1 more game and a half to go today. 2 streams, and that's it. And we'll be back tomorrow. With that being said, I will see you in a moment. Sit tight, be back. We're back from the stats of the half. We're back from the stats of the half. We got 48%, 45% possession to 55% possession, 6 shots to 6, 1 shot on goal to 0, which I feel like that's kind of harsh to Ecuador. I would think crossbar is on target, but okay. 2 crossbars, so I really think they have at least 2 shots on goal, but fine. 193 accurate passes, 83%, 247, 87%, 3 yellow cards to 0, 2 corners to 0. We got 233 passes to 285, 83% pass accuracy to 87, 6 shots to 6, 2 shots off goal to 6, 1 shot on goal to 0. We have 6 throws to 7, 0 offside to 0, 3 yellow cards to 0, 0 red cards to 0, 8 fouls to 3. For me, I think Ecuador is playing better. I think Ecuador is the better team right now. I think they've missed a lot of chances, and I think they're going to regret that. As it stands, it looks like they'll probably regret missing those chances. I think overall, when it comes to this match, they needed to be better on the finish and pop the ball at least a little bit lower to put it away. But overall, we'll see how this goes. But with that being said, Ecuador should have been winning at the half. If they're going to regret these, it's possible. Second half about to start. Second half about to start. We'll see how this second half goes. But again, I got to see. Ecuador's got to find a way. Ecuador's got to find a way. Will they? Probably. But we shall see. Second half, here we go. By the way, let me see if this lineup's out yet. Nope. Ivory Coast coming out and Ecuador coming back out. Let me go back to Philadelphia weather. Let's see how things are going over there. What could happen? Severe thunderstorm watch. I think probably. We'll see what happens. Who you got? I say Ecuador. I think they'll finally get a goal. Ivory Coast has played okay, but I still got to go Ecuador. 40% precipitation at 9 p.m. Well, what's 8 o'clock then over there? Either way. It's going to be tight if they could finish this game before the weather comes in. It's going to be tight. And here we go. Happy 250th America Day. Are you seeing UFC? No, because I got to watch the next game. Playing forward. Headed on. .45th minute, Ecuador on the ball. And here we go. Look, 49th minute. Crossed in, saved for a corner. Ecuador puts it wide. Huh. 46th minute. Let's go Ecuador. I think they should be able to win this. Playing forward. 47th minute. Saved. A 48th minute, 0-0. 0-0. Tackle here. Yeah, that's a foul. Should have. Yeah, foul. Two youngest teams in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Average age, Ivory Coast 25.8. Ecuador 26.1. That's crazy. Ecuador is the second youngest team in the FIFA World Cup with freaking Valencia starting up top for them. That's crazy. That's crazy. So basically you're telling me if Valencia wasn't playing here, Ecuador would be the youngest team in this tournament. Is that what you're telling me? Mathematically, probably. .49th minute, cleared away. That'll be picked up by playing forward. Ivory Coast has a chance here. Top of the box. Shot over the bar. Neither of these teams can finish. Jesus. .50th minute. Game 6, here we go. Shit, I'll pull up the score on that too. Fuck it. We'll keep the score up for that one. Let's go now. There we go. Let's go, Canes. .50th minute. Let's go, Canes. I'm hanging on by a thread. 51st minute. 3.5 hours of sleep is not enough, my friends. To doing all this, it's not enough. Playing forward. Shot over the bar, off the bar. I know you have a... No, I don't actually. I was saving it for the next one. It was either in every other World Cup game. No, I'm saving it for the next game because I only drink about 3 a day. And I don't know. Well, I was either going to feel more tired during this game or the next game. Crossbar getting to work out tonight. Good Lord. I ain't never seen something like that. Boom. Well, 52 minutes. 0-0. Playing forward, cleared away by Ecuador. Hopefully this game gets through. If there's a rain delay, I will stop this stream and just move on. It's the first for me. Shot. Might be seen a couple of times today, honestly. Or during this World Cup. Like during the first game tomorrow and probably more. Probably a little bit over that. You'll see me have a Lando Norris branded Monster Energy, just like I did during F1. I've done a couple of times on stream before, during the Olympics especially. "53rd minute. Yeah, definitely need one for the next game. My eyes aren't shutting yet, though, so I don't know how tired I truly am. Well, they're not really hiding the logo, aren't they? Playing forward. Ecuador has the ball on the play it forward from the back. So are they really covering their logo? I don't know, man. "55th minute. Ecuador gets the ball. Here's a chance. Here's a chance. Could they finally get a goal? Onside header! Good steal. Top of the box. Shot wide. Good play started by John Yaboa that got played around multiple Ecuador players, but they couldn't score. But that was probably their, well, I don't know about their best play, but that was their best worked play. Angulo on in the 56th minute for Ecuador. It's getting a bit windy out there. Probably a gust front at this point. Ahmad coming on for Ivory Coast. And Tierno Berry? That's Angion Bonnie. Okay, that makes more sense. Angion Bonnie. Shirt kind of looked a little bit like Barry. Oh, shit. Meendorf for Angulo. Playing forward. Ivory Coast headed away. 57th minute. Playing on. Pushing forward. 58th minute. Turns in. Cleared away. Oh, shot over the bar. Ivory Coast, man. Can either team score? This might be the first 0-0 game of the tournament. Can't say I'm completely shocked. I guess they're... Oh, there it is. So it has started. There it is. Okay, there we go. They have started. Okay, 17:59 for Carolina Vegas. No shots on goal yet. Sure about that. You know what? Playing forward. Well, I don't have to change channels, so you know what? Well, wait. 59th minute. '59th minute. Actually, screw it. Yeah. Let me do this. Hold on. I would hope so. Perfect. Just edit this. 17:51. There we go. There we go. Better. Boom. There we go. We got Ecuador. There we go. Save. So we got the Vegas game and the World Cup game. 60th minute, 0-0. And then it'll be the same when we have the World Cup later. I mean, I would think that the Stanley Cup final game would be ending around when the next World Cup game ends, yeah? With the extra hour in between, I would think so. But either way, 60th minute. Playing forward. See if Sweden Tunisia's lineups are out yet. No, they are not. I mean, this game's kind of getting a little bit boring, I'm not going to lie. There ain't much to say that hasn't already been said so far. I'm kind of getting bored and tired. One shot for Carolina to Vegas is 0. Carolina wins tonight. They will win the Stanley Cup. If Vegas wins, they go to a game 7. Oh, look. 93's at the back of the circle. Preciado and Perozzo for Ecuador. 62nd minute. For Franco. Didn't he used to play in MLS? 16:30 to go in the Stanley Cup final. Shit, I'll do a mini double. Screw it. Oh, Ray Ferraro threw the puck to a fan. That's cool. Yeah, I got to check, actually. Franco, okay. I think he played for Atlanta. Charlotte FC. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he played for Charlotte FC. That's what I was, yeah. Yeboah and Franco off for Preciado and Perozzo. Vegas, Carolina. Oh, man, he could have taken the... Okay. 63rd minute. Free kick. And there's a goal for Carolina. It is 1-0 Carolina. Taylor Hall scores for the Carolina Hurricanes. And it's 1-0 Carolina in Game 6. Taylor Hall beats, is it Carter Hart or is it? It is Carter Hart. They stay with Carter Hart. Okay. Well, that's goal 1 of 4 he's given up in every game. '64th minute. 2 shots, and they have a goal on 2 shots. Carolina. Unlucky that. Carolina playing in Vegas tonight. Shot saved by Carter Hart. It was really just thrown at him, but either way. Honestly, the Stanley Cup game is better at this point. I'm not going to lie. 3 shots to 0. Face off. Ivory Coast have the ball at the back. Pretty much unadvertised double, and the next one will probably be 2. It is. The cup is in the building, and Carolina has the lead on the series and on the night. If Carolina wins tonight, we have a Stanley Cup champion. If Vegas wins, we have a Game 7 for all the marbles. Hopefully, in Carolina, of course, also. The game will be in Carolina if there's a Game 7. 93 was on the ice for the goal. Hey, that's a -1. Unlucky that. Oh, wait. It's Game 6, and he's got a -1. How much worse can it get? I've seen it get much worse. Unlucky that. Playing forward. Oh, scored 4 goals in the first 4 minutes of the first period this series for the Hurricanes. Wow. They're on fire right now. 66-minute 0-0 between Ivory Coast and Ecuador. 93, you're a fraud. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see the Marner Glazers. Fuck, I said his name. Damn it. Fuck, I said his fucking name. Damn it. I can't wait to see the 93 Glazers crash out when he loses the Stanley Cup. You can't gaslight us no more if he fails. He just failed about 2 months later. He just failed about 2 months later. You said the name, take a shot. Damn it. If I had a drink with me, I'll pay you back in the next stream. Playing forward, shot, blocked away. Saved! What, does Lee Gunner take a shot when he accidentally said Havertz's name? Back when he still didn't say his name? (1-0) Ecuador. I think Ivory Coast, Ecuador might be our first 0-0. Hi. I think that might be our first 0-0 the World Cup. Yeah, I'd rather be watching the Stanley Cup right now. I'm not going to lie. Thank God I have multi-view. Shot! Blocked away. Well, then again, I mean, I guess when you say shot, you don't mean of Coca-Cola, don't you? I don't have any alcohol that I want to shoot with. I'm not going to open a damn seltzer or a beer to do it, so. One 0 13 minutes in. Shot! Save! Ah, damn, they couldn't get the rebound. Damn it. Big save, Ivory Coast there. Hurricanes in front of the net. Is that in? No, it went behind the net. Almost, man. Almost. Did he keep it onside? At the point. Shot blocked away. Carolina all over Vegas right now. Can't say I'm surprised. You love to see it. Goss to spare. Dumps it back. And water break. Hydration break. As of now, it's a hydration break, and it's still 0-0 between Ivory Coast and Ecuador. 68 minutes. So we'll be back at the 70th, as it is. I think Carolina looks much better right now, but again, that's sort of kind of how this whole thing went. It's always looked like a 0-0. Well, I don't. Here's the bad thing about that. I can say, yeah, because again, Carolina do. They look so good, man. Steve Chong was born on Curacao. 1-0. 10:59. 1-0 between Carolina and Vegas. Man, it'd be awesome to see Carolina win in Vegas. Blocked away. 2 shots to 5. No goal. No goal. What a save by Bussy. You know, the only thing I hate about this Stanley Cup final for Carolina is that Freddie Anderson couldn't finish it for Carolina. That it had to be Brandon Bussy. You know, I think that kind of sucks. Like, Brandon Bussy's good, don't get me wrong. I don't know if they would have won this cup if they kept Freddie in there. I think they had to go hydration break. 4 shots off the post tonight, most in a match since 1982. It's a FIFA World Cup fact. That would suck. That kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie. $72 minutes. What was Taylor Hall's goal like? He put it under the glove of Carter Hart. Good shot. Starting to rain a bit. 71st minute. Yep. Yeah, it was under the glove. Low and in. Low and driven in. You know, 72 minutes. Corner for Ecuador. Oh, the sweet spot. What, man, what a save. Did it even go in? Good catch by Bussy. Oh, that's like catching a pop fly in foul territory. Oh, man. You know, he might be better than just a guy who wins the Stanley Cup at the end of the day. Dude, he might be a damn good goalie. Brandon Bussy might be a very good goalie for a long time. I've never seen a goalie do something like that so easily, to be honest. I've never. 74th minute. Like, the way he did that, just, damn. He has had 31 wins in the regular season. Again, I don't know. I may be jaded, but regular season stats don't say much to me. I may be very jaded. Like, I got to see you do it in the playoffs before I say you're that dude. And I think you understand why I say that. First goalie to catch the different hand in the cup since the great Tom Barasano. Oh, you're saying he uses his non-dominant hand to catch? That's... damn. Shit, he did that with his non-dominant hand. That's even better. Damn. Playing forward. Huh. That's even crazier. Picked up by the goalie. Rolled forward, 75th minute in the football match. I mean, if he did that, like Barrasso, sleep fest this game. Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs. Jackson Blake's going to the box. 2 minutes. And Brindamore's pissed. I guess it was a bullshit call. Goalie interference, I guess, on Blake. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And Brindamore's pissed. I don't know if he's pissed at the refs or his player. Knowing Brindamore, it's probably the refs. Goalie interference. I mean, that was locked on, though. I mean, he ran into his legs. I understand. I agree with the call. He ran into his legs. That's textbook, in my opinion. 76 minute. I mean, you can't do that. You can't do that. Even if it's Carter Hart. Even if it's Carter Hart, you can't do that. I'm sure a lot of people cheered when it happened, but you can't do that. 76 minute. I mean, he's not hurt, you know. I'm sure there's some people who wish Carter Hart got hurt with that goalie interference. I'm sure there's some people who want to see him get hurt, but actually, why would you run into him? He's giving up 4 goals a game. Either way. 2 subs for Sangare, or Ivory Coast Sangare, and now Pepe and Fofana are off for Ivory Coast. Vegas power play, 2 minutes, 9:34 to go. And Rodriguez coming on for Valencia. Enter Valencia's finally been stinker and hooked. Enter Valencia, stinker and hooked. Let me go get a red hockey stick and tape it up, and I'll hook him. Just for the the occasion. Let me go get a fully red hockey stick and tape it up. Do I tape the blade and the handle black and let me hook them? Just for the occasion. I really want those full red sticks from Hockey Stick Man, though. Like, I want a full red hockey stick from Hockey Stick Man. Like those whatever they're called. But you know, like the full red stick where it's all red. That's cool. Whether I'm playing floor hockey or not, or actual hockey, bro. A full red stick, tape the blade black, heel to toe, full sock, black tape on the blade, and black tape on the handle. Maybe a white part on the stick to show where it stops, and then like a white knob on the bottom of the handle. That sounds cool to me. And like everything else is red. That's like high vis red. That's like cool to me. That sounds awesome. Oh, is there another penalty? Tomas Hertl. It's going to be 4-on-4. Oh my God. Vegas got themselves sent to the box. 4-on-4 for 129. And Carolina will have a power play for 30 seconds after the 4-on-4 is over. Hertl ran into him. Face-off violation. Yeah. 79th minute. '93 got close to scoring on the power play, though. Bussy saved on him, though. Ivory Coast, 0 goals allowed in FIFA World Cup qualifying. Oh, shit. It's hard to beat them then. Well, damn. I could see why. Well, Ecuador could have scored on them. Ecuador, 13 clean sheets and 16 FIFA World Cup qualifying. 18 or 16. Shot saved by Carter Hart. Gostas Bear, 90-mile-per-hour shot. Unlucky that. Unlucky that. 80th minute. 10 minutes ago plus stoppage time of the Ivory Coast Ecuador game. And then we'll be on our way for Sweden, Tunisia. Their lineups aren't out yet. Still. You got to be kidding me. Player down hurt for Ivory Coast. Unlucky that. Playing forward. 81st minute. Shot! Oh, man. I'll probably be back when they give out the Stanley Cup. Or when it's decided. Sweden versus Tunisia end up being a better game? I would think so. Shot! Saved by Brandon Bussy. Just put a big body up there. .29 seconds, 4-on-4. And Brett Howden's pissed. He's pissed. Three center backs. 83rd minute. Power play for Carolina in the final 30 seconds. Blake steals the puck. Oh, my God. That Howden, these playoffs, man, he was amazing. He's been amazing. Nil-nil. Lagerbielka. Isn't he? This is a shocking game. I agree. Gustav Lagerbielka. Didn't he? No, he did not play. I didn't. Okay. Oh. Playing forward, 84th minute. Or, yeah. '85th minute, 1-0 goes behind. Playing forward, 4:44 left in the first period. Ecuador goes down. That's got to be a free kick. 86th minute. This game's getting bad. Here's a free kick for Ecuador. Here's the free kick. And that's going to go 86-0 out of it. All right. How the hell is Ecuador not scored by now? Because they just ain't. Shot blocked away. Good steal, but that's not going to go forward. Center, face off. This game is so bad. I'm running out the starting 11 already for this game. CDM. Okay. Substitution, Kasunu. All right. 0-0. Another power play for Carolina. Nil. Goal! Ivory Coast! Late on, take the lead! It's 1-0! Wow! 90th minute goal! Diallo scores! Amad Diallo with a goal. And that's what happens when you miss your chances. The AFCON champions from 23 find their answer. Ball crossed into the box. Diallo takes the shot just into the far post. 90th minute. 1-0 Ivory Coast. And that's probably going to be the goal they needed. Amad Diallo, 6 minutes left of stoppage time. Wow. 1 minute left of the power play. 2:53 to go in the first period. At least it wasn't 0-0. Player down hurt and a delayed penalty. A delayed penalty to Vegas. One 0 to Ivory Coast. 7 minutes of stoppage time. Still 1-0, 94th minute. Deep dish pizza is a worse invention. Staying Coven cross checking. Condable hype. It's BS. .153 left on the power play. Dorofeev, 94th minute. There we go, playing forward. '95th minute. .59 minutes to start the Sweden-Tunisia game. Let's keep those non-nil-nils alive. Well, we did, thanks to Amad Diallo. 95th minute. Shot. 9 seconds left in the period of the game 1 of the Carolina. Save! Wow. Bussy made a big save there. 95th minute. And it looks like they'll get this Ivory Coast Ecuador game in before the severe weather rolls in. Might as well give them an extra. End of first, it's 1-0 Carolina. Corner. Can Ecuador find an answer? Punched away. The sad part is Ecuador definitely could have won this game. Also watching UFC from the freaking White House. Well, the bad thing is these 2 games are on cable, and I don't have. Well, I do have Paramount Plus, but I couldn't show Paramount Plus on. Either way, 96th minute. Unless they put on. Well, I don't know. They probably didn't. You think they'd put it on CBS proper? You think they would, considering it's the biggest event in UFC history, probably. Seeking first World Cup win versus higher-ranked opponent for the Ivory Coast. Well, I mean, that's kind of 33 versus, okay, they're 10 lower. Well, they're about to get it, as long as they don't blow it. 30 seconds. Final seconds to go in this game, and we'll be back, of course, for Sweden v. Tunisia. Playing forward. Over the bar. 10 seconds. Over the top. When will the referee call for full time? Full. A free kick. Referee's going to let it go. $98 minutes. Really? We're just going to let them play for... Okay, fine. 98th minute. Goal kick. Corner. 98 minutes. Should have been a pen. Hey, the way Ecuador's playing, they probably would have missed the damn thing. '98th minute, corner. Ball crossed in, header, missed. Goal kick. Full time. It's 1-0 for the Ivory Coast. They win. With that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Subscribe. Send chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Hit that hype button. Put this up in the algorithm. Hit that join button. Become a member. Send chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in the playlist. Share with friends and family. With that being said, I'll see you within the hour for Sweden versus Tunisia. We will be live for it, and we will be here. Sit tight. We will be back, and that'll be the end of the day. And we'll see probably who wins the Stanley Cup as well during that stream. So sit tight, be back.